I wasn't suspicious. That's the worst part, that 10 years together. No kids, just us we'd built everything from nothing. First apartment with peeling wallpaper. Secondhand furniture. That's when we split one takeout because mortgage was due. When I finally started making real money, I thought we made it. Apparently. Only I did that started small, the phone always face down, random smiles at messages, just work stuff. Work stuff doesn't make you blush. One Friday she said she had a late meeting. I don't know why, but something in my chest felt tight. I left work early. When I pulled into the driveway, I saw a car I didn't recognize, not parked awkwardly. Not nervous, not comfortable, so like it had been there before. The bedroom light was on, curtains slightly open. I saw them, not just shadows. I saw everything. I didn't get out of the car, so my hands were shaking. So badly, I thought I might pass out. For a second, I considered storming in, dragging him. Out of screaming, but then something colder happened. I started the engine. I drove away. 5 minutes later, I was sitting alone in a grocery store. Parking lots, and that's when it hit me. You're okay, I cried harder than I have in my entire adult life. Not loud. Not dramatic, not just silent. Chest-crushing grief, 10 years replayed in my head like a cruel highlight reel. Every vacation, not every anniversary, every I love you. I sat there for almost an hour, and then something shifted. The crying stopped, is not because it hurt less, because I realized something. She had no idea what she'd just done. She thought I was still at work. She thought she was safe. She thought I was clueless. And that's what I decided. I wasn't going to confront her. I was going to dismantle everything quietly. I drove home later that night like nothing happened. She acted normal, smiled, kissed me hello. I almost laughed. That weekend, I called my lawyer. I gathered screenshots of pulled financial statements, reviewed asset structures I'd set up years ago when my business started growing. The house, in my name, not the company. Protected. Investments. Separate that joint account. Minimal dot over the next 3 weeks. I documented everything, dates, messages, photos. She never noticed she was too busy. The divorce. Papers were served on a Tuesday morning. At work, I wasn't. But I was in my office reviewing quarterly. Numbers. She called 17 times. I didn't answer. She came home. Early, crying, screaming, confused. How could you do this? I looked at her calmly and said, you should ask yourself that. There was no yelling, there's no dramatic reveal, that's just facts. She tried to fight for the house. COULD in single quotes T tried to claim part of the business. COULD in single quotes T tried to negotiate. I had already planned every move. She walked away with what she brought into the marriage: clothes, personal items, a car still under loan. The guy, he didn't stay. Apparently it's not fun when consequences show up. The day she moved out, the house felt empty but peaceful. I didn't win. There are no winners in betrayal. But I kept my dignity. And sometimes that's the only thing worth protecting.